Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
PGIF. Thank God it's Friday. It is June 9th, 2023, and we shall begin with a greeting. Chanji Chambomanemke Kyangbe. Aro Kajongmengse.
Good morning. Please join me in the Kajongmengse pledge. 가정맹세 1. 찬열극 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 본향 땅을 찾아 본연의 창조 이상인 지상 천국과 천상 천국을 창건할 것을 맹세하나이다. 2. 찬열극 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님을 모시어 천주의 대표적 가정이 되며 중심적 가정이 되어 가정에서는 효자, 국가에서는 충신, 세계에서는 성인, 천주에서는 성자의 가정의 도리를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 3. 천열극 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 4대 심정권과 3대 왕권과 황족권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 4. 천열극 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님의 창조 이상인 천주 대가족을 형성하여 자유와 평화와 통일과 행복의 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 5. 천열극 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 매일 주체적 천상세계와 대상적 지상세계의 통일을 향해 전진적 발전을 촉진화할 것을 맹세하나이다. 6. 천열극 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님의 대신 가정으로서 천운을 움직이는 가정이 되어 하늘의 축복을 주변에 연결시키는 가정을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 7. 천열극 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 본연의 혈통과 연결된 위하는 생활을 통하여 심정 문화 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 8. 천열극 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 천열극 시대를 맞이하여 절대 신앙, 절대 사랑, 절대 복종으로 신인의 일체 이상을 이루어 지상 천국과 천상 천국의 해방권과 석방권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다.
맹세하나이다. Thank you, Emily. All right, I'd like to call upon Mr. Richard Van Loon, if he could lead us in prayer this morning, please.
Please join me in prayer. Good morning, Heavenly Parent. Thank you so much that we could be gathered here together as one family under you. We're so grateful that we could meet the true parents, and we pray that we can do our best to become their filial sons and daughters. Please be with each one of us as we come before you as an offering. Please guide us today and every day that we can live according to our consciences, united with our original minds, in oneness with you, that we can finally strive to fulfill your original purpose of creation. Thank you. We come before you as an offering, and I report this prayer of holding true parents in the name of Richard and Keiko Van Loon and all of our blessed families here. Jew.
Raju.
Joe. Thank you, Richard. All right, let's go to our breakouts. Gratitude time. Recording in process. All right. We're being recorded. So who's grateful today? Alain Leroy. Wow. Were you raising your hand, Alain?
He's free. Oh,
You're
Yes.
muted. You're muted, Alain. No,
Oh.
still muted.
still.
And now you're gone.
Uh-oh. Wrong button.
Right.
You push wrong
Sorry, I realized something here.
Oh, there he is.
Now we can hear you.
Uh-huh.
I'm here somewhere. Oh, here you are.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
We can hear you.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm grateful for my life, for my wife, for this new day. We were just 3 French-speaking people in my room just now.
Wow.
Oh, who's
I know. Yeah, but some have an accent, they're different than mine.
that?
Anyway, yeah.
Who's
That's
the 3 French-speaking people?
Well, apparently Mr. Carr speaks French and Mr. Smith.
Oh, I see.
Canadian French, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, voila.
Voila. Very good. Thank you. How about Gary Fleischman?
Yes, good morning. I was in a group with June Kanak, and she was expressing gratitude that we're living in this time after Chanwangun where we can have a more direct connection with God. And that made me think of something. I mean, I was yesterday in the morning devotion I felt like it was quite an open discussion
Mhm.
and about, people. We were talking about what Susan shared, and then Michael gave his feedback to that. And I felt like this is something very open and honest, this kind of sharing. And also a few days ago, Jack Harley shared his testimony, which was very honest and very touching.
Mm.
And I've been thinking, we're having this kind of good communication, which is, to me, it's very meaningful and deep. And I was wondering, is this an expression of, of God's spirit, that we can express ourselves and have this kind of clarity and honesty with each other? It feels very refreshing. And I'm wondering if this is one of the gifts that we get because of the new era.
Mm,
Mm.
maybe so. Maybe so.
Can I share?
Okay, Alex.
Okay.
I just wanted to reiterate what Alain said. It was like a meeting of the planets. We had a Quebecer, a New Brunswicker, and a French speaker all in the same breakout room at the same time. And we dedicated the last 60 seconds to speaking French, all in our own unique dialects and styles. So it was pretty fun.
Mhm.
Yeah, the French are taking over. Vive la France.
We're in trouble.
Can I share?
We're in trouble.
Can I share? now?
Okay, Gloria, you're gonna come up, but I'm going in order.
Okay.
Put the hand up. Michael Allen,
You had one here.
did you have your hand up?
Yeah, we were in a breakout room there. Bill and Mr. Marita had some great comments about the 7-day workshop.
Mm.
Maybe we can impose on him about how the second gen interact with each other. And it just reminded me, I was just reading the Bible yesterday because I work with ministers all the time. And the thing that impresses ministers is see young people harmonizing with each other. The Bible says, Jesus said, you shall know them by their fruits, not by ideology, by their actually how they treat each other. And Mr. Rita was talking about that. Can we ask him maybe to say a few words?
Who was it? Sorry.
Morita? Who? Elena?
Marita-san?
Yes,
Oh.
yes, I was saying that. Yeah.
Okay. As you said.
I was saying that in a couple of the 7 days workshop, those young unificationists, yeah, mainly second generation, without speaking principle directly, I think they know how to practice actually to care, love others, and then attract people. I just amazed to observe those every time I'm with them.
Yeah. Yeah, we heard a nice testimony yesterday from Youngju.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Kazuya-san. It was Kazuya-san's birthday yesterday.
Oh,
Oh,
happy birthday,
Kazuya-san.
Kazuya-san.
Wow.
He became 29 years old.
He wish.
All right, Gloria.
Yeah, I went with Alejandrina down to LA to meet a VIP and a friend of hers. And anyway, on the way back, I had a God experience. We were following the GPS, and it took us on the truck route, you know, humongous trucks that are huge and very tall. And we were driving at 4 o'clock in the morning. All you could see were red lights, you know, red lights. And I realized I have to pray. I mean, Alejandrina was saying, pray, pray, Gloria, pray. Because I was driving and I hadn't really watched, but I was chanting all the way. Connection to true mother, connection to true mother, Heavenly Father, true parents, Heavenly Father, true parents, just chanting, chanting, chanting. It was like, I really felt, I realize I have to be so desperate, not just on the freeway when it's dangerous, but every moment Satan is attacking us. So we have to be desperate. And like Dr. Yoga said, we have to pray and with tears. And that's what I was trying not to cry because I can't see, right? But anyway, I really realized Alejandrina prays. She's a prayer warrior. This lady's really a prayer warrior. And I realized I have to be like this. Maybe I can't do, she does vigils, prayer vigils. I can't do that, but every moment just be praying, be praying, be praying. So I'm really grateful. That was my gratitude for yesterday. I'm so grateful I could really understand finally what Dr. Young said.
Glad you made it back.
Thank you.
Welcome
Yeah.
back.
Welcome back. All right, and Carp Bay Area had their hand up for a minute. I saw you.
What's that? Oh, yeah.
Who's that? Can't see who this is.
Hello.
Remy.
Yeah, I mean, I think Youngju already shared this, but we just wanted to say thank you for all those people. We just finished our 7-day retreat, and I think our guests had a really good experience. So we're grateful for everyone's prayers and also financial support in making the 7-day happen. And today we're going to start our actionizing program, and most of our guests, after receiving the whole Divine Principle and True Parents course, signed up for actionizing. So, and I feel like everyone's really excited to attend. So just want to say thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Actionizing starting today. I think there's some people on here who need actionizing. What do you think? Who needs actionizing? Let's start a STF, senior task force. We'll go actionizing together. All right. Thank you, everyone. Let's go to our study.
Please join me in reading. The Mother of Peace, Chapter 1, my cherished lifelong wish. The oceans are a treasured resource. In every era of recorded history, humanity has experienced incredible pain. The most tragic period was also the most recent, the 20th century. Wars raged ceaselessly across the global village, and countless good people lost their lives in that savagery. I was born during the Japanese occupation of Korea, and I experienced the aftermath of World War II and the Korean War. I still cannot forget the terrible things I witnessed as a small child. Those times have passed, and now we are waging war against a complex enemy, the temptation to forget our responsibilities to our families and the natural environment, and seek only personal comfort and convenience. Fortunately, we have a deep moral sense and wisdom, and practical methods by which we can work together to achieve God's ideal. All people hope that we can recover and sustain the oceans as the Heavenly Parent created them. Covering 70% of the earth, the oceans contain immense resources. Like hidden treasures, they hold solutions for the dilemmas confronting the human race. I have emphasized the importance of the ocean on many occasions and have, together with my husband, suggested various approaches we might take. Accordingly, the ocean was chosen as the theme for the first Sanok Peace Prize. The Peace Prize Committee oversaw a strict process to select righteous, achievement-oriented leaders in this arena. Those selected as our laureates that year were Dr. M. Vijay Gupta of India and President Anton Tong of Kiribati, a small island nation in the South Pacific. Dr. Gupta is a scientist who, concerned over persistent food shortages, led the Blue Revolution by developing fish farming technologies. He greatly contributed to relieving hunger among the poor by widely distributing these technologies in Southeast Asia and Africa. President Anton Tong is a leading global advocate for the intelligent preservation and management of the marine ecosystem. It is predicted that much of his nation of Kiribati could be submerged in less than 30 years due to the rising sea level. In the face of such a crisis, President Tong took the lead toward protecting the ecosystem by creating the largest protected marine park in the world. For decades, my husband and I took on the task of ensuring that humanity moves into a future assured of abundant food supplies and pleasant, healthy environments. We advocated the free exchange of technology across national borders and shared our vision that the oceans are a gift from God and the ultimate source of the world's nutrition. Stable food sources and pure air, land, and water are essential to world peace and the salvation of humankind. Not confining ourselves to theoretical explanations, we devoted significant resources to practical projects in the real world. For half a century, Latin America was a major site for this investment of true love and human resources. In the mid-1990s, with serious hearts, Father Moon and I traveled to the Pantanal region. The Pantanal is a vast wetland straddling the borders of Paraguay and Brazil. It is located precisely on the opposite side of the globe from our home country. There we worked hand in hand with farmers and fishermen. Putting an end to food shortages begins by getting your hands dirty. Rather than give sermons from an air-conditioned pulpit, we worked under the scorching sun, neglecting to eat or rest. I vividly remember pondering environmental issues as I wiped beads of sweat from my face. We launched various initiatives in the Pantanal region, and we have carried out countless other projects for the sake of humankind over the past 60 years. My nature compels me to give everything I have for the happiness of others, with no desire for recognition. I know who I am, the true mother, the mother of peace and God's only begotten daughter. And my mission is to live this way. To end Heavenly Parents' sorrow, I have dried the tears of strangers in need, considering this to be connected through threads of fate to the salvation of humanity. Everyday heroes. The end of winter can be bitterly cold, but no matter how cold it is, when spring comes and its warmth envelops the earth, we quickly forget that there was ever a winter. The bitter cold of humanity's winter is receding, and as Heavenly Parents' warmth envelops the earth, it will be forgotten. We feel this warmth at our Sanok Peace Prize events, such as its second biannual convention that took place in Seoul on February 3rd, 2017. That very busy day began by my personally welcoming hundreds of guests. These men and women hailed from 80 countries, representing various races, speaking many languages, and following different paths of faith. I tried to create an environment in which everyone would freely greet the strangers around them and quickly become friends.
The warmth of spring was the setting in which I reminded my guests that many people in the world are friendless and hungry. Many families have been driven from their homelands. As a child refugee myself, I know there are no words to express the misery of being forced to flee one's home due to the devastation of war. The Sanok Peace Prize is an initiative through which I can issue the call for solutions to the painful plight of refugees and prevent livelihoods from being destroyed. I look for righteous but unheralded pioneers of peace, honor them, and strongly encourage them. The second set of Sanok Peace Prizes, presented in 2017, went to two such people, Dr. Sakena Jacobi and Dr. Gino Strada. Do not look like celebrities. They look like everyday people. A gentlemanly, middle-aged European with ruffled hair is a gifted surgeon and founder of an international medical relief organization. Dr. Gino Strada from Italy is a surgeon and humanitarian whose work over the past 28 years provided emergency medical care for more than 9 million refugees and victims of war in the Middle East and Africa. A motherly woman with a sun-weathered face framed by a black hijab has brought thousands of young women hope. Dr. Sakena Jacobi of Afghanistan is an educator referred to as the Afghan Mother of Education. She has worked in Afghan refugee camps for more than 20 years, helping refugees and displaced people resettle. She has risked her life to teach, encouraging people to hope for a better tomorrow, even in the face of enormous obstacles. In response to her award, Dr. Jacobi wrote to me in her clear handwriting, expressing her heartfelt gratitude. It is really, really wonderful. The award itself is really big. It's comparable to the Nobel Peace Prize. My life is in danger all the time. In the morning, I get up. In the evening, I don't know whether I will be alive or dead. Knowing that somebody values you in your work helps a lot. Also, I want to say to Mother Hakshahan Moon that I am really thankful to her because she gives me credit for what I do. It means a lot to me. Korea is a country that I admire because you have been to war. You have suffered, but with your determination, hard work, sincerity, and wisdom, you have accomplished a lot in a really short time. I hope and pray that someday my country can use your country as a role model. Putting her own life in danger, Dr. Jacobi continues to fight for women and children. While we are comfortably at home, eating warm meals, many are being driven from their homes. Uprooted, they live in pain and anguish, their lives completely shattered. This is the time to bring this sad tragedy to an end. Thank you.
Thank you, Emily and Youngju. Nice reading. So mother dealing with these wonderful people and recognizing them through the Sunak Peace Prize.
Yeah.
You know, one thing Damien Dunkley said, we should treat VIPs as family members, not just put them on a pedestal and keep them separate, but bring them into God's family. We should treat VIPs as family members, and we should treat family members as VIPs. What a good idea, right? Imagine that, treating each other as VIPs. Yeah, good idea. Well, we have a VIP with us this morning, going to give a testimony, and that is none other than our YAYAM coordinator for the state of Utah, Alicia Kuhlman. All right, Alicia, take it away.
Good morning, Reverend Thompson and Mrs. Thompson.
Good
And
morning.
good morning, everyone. It is so good to see all of your beautiful faces again. Yes, as Reverend Thompson mentioned, I am here to share my report from spring semester for the Youth and Young Adult Ministry here in Utah. Just a quick shout out, a lot of these photos came from Gabby and Jenny Hughes. So yeah, it's their hard work. And this is just a beloved memory from last summer at Camp Journey. So shout out to those good folks. So yes, before we begin, I just want to introduce, this is my pride, my joy, my love. This is my family, my extended family. This is the youth and young adults of Utah. This photo was taken a few years ago, but this is most of us. We've gained a few since then. But yeah, we're not very big, but we try to make up for it in heart. I think one of our biggest victories from this past spring semester has been sending these two couples to the blessing. This is Jenny and Carlson, if you know them. Carlson is the legend from Godable, and Jenny plays piano. Yeah, they've both had a very long journey. So to see them be able to go, to be part of their matching process and their happily ever after was truly an honor. And they're so excited. Unfortunately, Jenny's moving to New Jersey, but I'm going to get them back to Utah. So no worries on that front. But they both went to Las Vegas. We're grateful for that. Over here, we also have Aaron and Sam. They are an intergenerational couple, and they've had a very long road. So we were very, very excited that they did all the steps. They did everything from the blessing interviews, the blessing donation, to blessing level 3 education, and they were able to go to Las Vegas. And this is Aaron's mother, Junko Basan. And so it's a beautiful ceremony. I was there as well. As a participant, or just watching as a participant. And Aaron and Sam are expecting their first baby in a couple months. So we are so excited. We just had a baby shower last week for them. We also welcomed a few new young adults to our community. This is Matthew and Gloria Love from Wyoming. And this is their cute little baby, Therese. This baby is like literally the new pastor in town. She like talks during service. We love her. She transformed this whole community. And this is Junho. Junho has been here in the past and he's back for the summer. So we're very excited to have this thriving community of young adults that we're working on building and welcoming these new folks into our community. And we've had a lot of graduates. We've had a total of 9 graduates actually this spring. This is Yansu. She finished her associate's degree. She's off to the University of Utah to do carp. Masao, he's in Japan right now, but he'll be coming this fall to do GPA. He just graduated high school and he lived in Utah for so long, and he like spends his summers with us, so we consider him our own. His sister Kana also just finished her 3D graphic design degree. These two twins, by the grace of God, finished high school, and we are so happy. And we're hoping they might go to GP in the fall. They're still deciding, but awesome folks. Eunyan just finished her 2nd year on Heavenly USA and is coming home. And Yuan is going to captain this fall, and I just finished my nursing degree. I think another victory I'd like to offer up is this core team. Jenny and Yansu, they work really hard, and they work really hard also in the field of personal touch with all of our folks in our community. They're always showing up at my door, bringing treats, going to other people's houses, and they really stepped up to the plate. They do lots of crazy projects with me, so grateful for them. This is when we got Jenny's wedding dress. We went to the movie theater. Aju's head got cut off, but spent some personal time with her. We went to Disneyland a few weeks ago, and this is Akito. So just lots of personal touch we try to reach out in our community. And then I think the biggest part, what I wanted to share with you today, is young adult ministry. So in February, Gabioni put on this amazing youth pastor retreat, and it was a really beautiful experience. And while I was there and I was praying, I was like, man, God, I feel like you're telling me like it's time to grow, like it's time to move on in ministry, it's time to do something. And I was like, no, I don't want to do that. I like it where I am. I love carp, I love youth ministry. But yeah, I think really through that retreat and the process of coming home, I felt like God was really saying, it's time for young adult ministry. And we actually have a pretty big young adult community. I have 25 young adults here, but only 5 of us are active. So we're working on that. And, it was not an easy decision, but I chose to become young adult pastor. And it was really because I came to realize we are not alone the authors of our story. As unworthy as I may be, ultimately, God allows us to be the co-authors, and God is our co-author. And even though I can only see the trees, God can see the immense forest and the bigger plan. And so I was very grateful for this opportunity and for my team putting up with me. And so with that, we convinced my pastors and me and Mike that we should redo and renovate one of the rooms in our church. And we're going to create an intentional space for young adults. So we're going to have hot pot, we're going to invite them over, we're going to advertise to folks to move to Utah, we're going to reach out to distant second gen in our community, we're going to have them over, we're going to bring them around this table and really try to deliver a slice of God's love. So we are almost done with this room, but here's a few sneak peeks. We scrubbed a rug a few weeks ago, or this was last week, I think. But yeah, fun fact, we thrifted this rug and we washed it, and it turned out dirtier after we washed it. Anyway, it was just a fun thing to do together. Keto working hard. We've had a total of 23 youth ministry gatherings in an effort to make this room over the past month and a half. And we were building tables, we're sewing curtains, we're doing all sorts of fun stuff. So it's really been a wonderful activity to do together. Also, we've been working a lot on young adult outreach and intergenerational outreach as well. So this is Alyssa, she's from Florida. And one of the biggest things that I wanted to teach these kids in this community was something I learned from pastors Mike and Adonia last summer in my pastoral internship, and that is the heart of hosting. Mike and Adonia are super amazing. They will always they'll be mid bite in their dinner, and they'll get up, and if a guest walks through the door, they'll give them their own plate. And this is, I think they really inherited this heart from true parents. And I was really moved by this. They're always welcoming people into their home. So I wanted my own kiddos to learn this in Utah. And so, yeah, we've been working on this Heart of Hosting. So Lisa came to visit. She had so much fun, and we had a lot of fun with her. And we're also inviting first generation CARP guests and first generation folks in our church to more of our youth ministry gatherings. And we're reaching out to more of our distant second gen and young adults in our community as well. So this is just the baby beginning phases of it, but we're excited what it can become. And I think the last thing I want to talk about today is Camp Journey prep. A lot happened last Camp Journey, some of you know. And after it was over, wasn't sure I could ever do ministry again. It was a lot that happened, but I've been really grateful for the core team and for God. We all broke through and we're all super excited for this year. And for even my own ministry team here in Utah, this wonderful, wonderful woman, Eiko-san, helped us do the Japanese festival, and we fundraised thousands of dollars for Camp Journey this year. And it was all thanks to her and her hard work. We went up to Bear Lake to check out the campsite this year, and there's a lot of behind the scenes work. So tremendously grateful for the core team and the opportunity to really reach out and be a vessel on behalf of God for each of these kiddos. And these are a few photos from last year. But yeah, really grateful experience together with Antonisa from Colorado. And yeah, I think with that, that is my quick and dirty report, but thank you for the opportunity to be here.
Wow. Good round of applause. Thank you, Alicia. Congratulations on your graduation. And thank you for all you're doing in Utah. We look forward to seeing you soon for the Camp Journey. I'll be there. Wouldn't miss it for the world. All right. Beautiful. Wonderful testimony. Thank you so much. All right, everyone. Let's go to our breakout groups and share our learning today.
Good morning, Jose.
Good morning. Wow. Second sharing.
Yeah.
That's
I
okay,
was
Gloria.
I was in LA actually.
I know, I hear your testimony, you with your spiritual daughter here.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes when you come, let me know, call me. So
We just
have
came.
lunch with you guys. You can
We
come to
came.
my house.
We came like a drop of the hat. They say drop of the hat. It was so quick. We came, and then we just stayed. Like we slept overnight at the Pasadena house. We got up at 4 o'clock in the morning and we left.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
But what was the meeting that you visited this time?
It's a friend of Alejandrina's, and he's a journalist.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Your group is over.
I know.
Oh, hello.
That's
We're
okay.
here. The same to
That's
you,
okay,
Gloria.
we can share.
All right.
Thank you, Ron Thompson. I was wonder. Second share, but it's okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Okay. You were sharing pretty good there. How about Ray McCready?
Thank you, Pastor Thompson. Yeah, that was good sharing. Gloria is so enthusiastic. It's always amazing and great. I was going to just ask, Eleanor de Wattville was in our group, but she actually didn't get a chance to share. So I wanted to hear her reflection on the testimony and the reading, if she's willing to share. Eleanor, is she around here? Eleanor, are you there? Or did she?
Eleanor. There she is.
Over to Eleanor.
I thought I got away with it. But I like the lady when listen to this about like Dr. Sakina Jacobi, the lady from Afghanistan, who invested a lot. And I really like to hear what is it at the same time when they're talking about environmental things, clean up, stuff like this. But I also know that the left has really taken over a lot of this area. I mean, infiltrated everything. So I always listen to things as a kind of a back thought. I thought, yeah, we should, anyhow. I guess I don't go into that. But something else is that Kevin said, sorry, Dr. Reverend Thompson said that to make VIPs members or so. And I have felt this a long time ago, and I made some of them my friends on Facebook. And if I know they were going to an event, especially the Pacific Islanders, because I work a lot with Pacific Islanders. And when I know they went to one event, then I look out, maybe they gave a talk or something. So I pick out their talk and I make a video about this, about their talk, and bring in different scenes from the event and so. And then I put it on YouTube, on my Pacific Islander YouTube channel. And then I sent them a link, and they're always very happy to see that. And so I made a few friends with VIP people just through this way. So that's very true. They feel very connected through that. And I can send them different things when there's an event or when we have our weekly PF events. I send them information about that. If they want to participate, I make a link to the video and things like that. So I feel I'm doing something to, I don't know who their spiritual parent is or so, but I think it doesn't matter. Important is to link them always with us. to see what we are doing, and I get responses. Oh, thank you so much. And on Facebook, they send messages. You can make a heart with it and things like that. So I feel like, yeah, I may not be so good in witnessing on the street and on the campus and things, but I somehow figured out how to witness through video work. Just simply bring something that they are involved in and then make something about it. And I feel a lot of love through that. But this is my experience.
All right.
So I definitely agree. VIPs should become our real friends. And even though we don't know who they are, actually witness to or something like that.
True parents are the true parents of every person. So we have to make them family members. Thank you for your work, Eleanor, for many years serving the Pacific Island countries, and I know you're able to win over many people through your work. Wonderful. All right, let's treat the VIPs like members and treat our members like VIPs. How about Caroline?
Good morning, everyone. Yeah, this whole theme of this morning to me has been about actionizing. And so it's really great to hear Eleanor's comments. And in my group today, we had Gary Fleischman and Sam H. I don't know what the H stands, but the comment that was made from Gary was that he and his wife, that they wanted to do something as a couple, and that they go for walks, and then when they're together as a couple, they tend to find more give and take with other people in the neighborhood. Combine that with Reverend Thompson's comment about STF, Senior Task Force. I think that's a great idea. And I know with my couple, but as couples, not as individuals. So I know when my husband and I go out together, sometimes we'll have even a young person will ask us, well, how long have you two been married? And we'll say 40 years. And they'll say, wow, I want to be like you when I grow up, or I want to have a marriage like yours. Our marriage, and with the other comment that Michael made, that we're known by our fruits, not by our ideology. So our relationship as a couple after 40 years, that's very unique. It's not a common thing, to have people who could be happily married for so many years. And I know people will ask, well, how do you do it? And we always say it's just because our relationship is centered on God. So those were just kind of the feelings and the comments that came to my mind. I know in our community, we are trying to reach out to the people here. We live in a senior plus community. And there's lots of possibilities, and we are making friends. But, to do it as a kind of a bigger community, or to be able to inspire and to help each other keep on with what we're doing. I guess that's kind of what I'm thinking about with the STF idea. I like it.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Caroline. You pulled it all together there. Everything. Thank you. All right. And how about another VIP, June Connect?
Thank you. Yeah, the point of the Hundok Hey this morning, or the Godible this morning, the part that struck me the most was when a mother said, it is the temptation in our lives is so easy to just retreat into our comfortable and convenient lives and ignore the suffering in the world and the pain in the world and the pain in God's heart, because there's not a moment where he doesn't have to hear someone who is truly suffering. So I think that's like really profound. It's a big problem in first world countries and in my own life, because I have to fight that tendency every single day, and sometimes moment to moment. So how, and as I've mentioned before, I mean, I ran away from collective sin for decades because it just seems so overwhelming and heavy. But as you go into it and ask God how to deal with it, then piece by piece, you can, bit by bit, you can learn how to handle it. And I think that's one of the, one things that, wonderful things we can share. I also want to point out, Mike Mansell said, like, that also our sin can be in our attitude, especially first world countries. We tell other people to roll up your sleeves and work harder and pull up your pants and stop whining, without understanding the obstacles that they have and the pain and the what they're going through. And not, like, it's so easy, oh, get over it. This kind of attitude, this is and we can be, and even unificationists, we can have that elitist attitude. We know more than you, we have the truth, blah blah blah. But we can be, like, also equally guilty of committing the same sins. We can learn from Christian history. That kind of, like, elitist attitude is so, it's not God's heart. And the third point I want to point is, like, I'm so grateful for brothers and sisters. Maybe some of the small comments that they make are like, they don't think like it's affecting people, but I really appreciate something that Paula said yesterday about, like, why she wants to go out and witness to ACLC ministers. And, like, you hear the word, you hear it and you hear it and you hear it and you hear it. And sometimes, like, what I say is, it's just, when I talk to someone, it's just regurgitating what I've heard, but it doesn't sink into my heart. And I don't really have God's viewpoint, God's heart behind it, or God's viewpoint. And so she said, God loves the Christian Foundation. And also he wants to see, like, he knows, she wants to not, like, have what happened to Christians, what happened to the Jewish people. And Jewish people suffered tremendously because they like, throughout history, the way that Christianity, because the Christians had they didn't have the heart of Jesus. And so they so I even though, like, I feel like ACLC, I was like, but I can't let that happen. That's a strong possibility for us too. So and because this work is going to take, like, beyond my lifetime. So still reaching out to, like, Judaism, still reaching out to clergy. I grasp something about Father's heart and what he sees and understands from the spirit world, the right heart to have. So I am grateful on many points for, like, the sharings that we have. And yeah, thank you. Sorry. Yeah, I didn't mean to talk so long.
Okay. Thank you, June. A lot of good points. All right. Wonderful, everybody. I'm going to ask Sam Harley if he could close us in prayer today, please.
Okay, let's pray. Good morning, our dear Heavenly Parents. We've been meeting here and discussing with brothers and sisters matters of the heart, how to create family, how to embrace other people into our family. And as our mother said this morning in Hundoke, that the most destructive thing, Father, is thinking that we can just ignore our family and be happy, or thinking that we can just ignore what's happening to our planet and be happy. Heavenly Parents, we're tied up within one another, and I pray that we can just be connected and remember how connected we are with you, and make effort, Father, to break through those barriers of, like, thousands of years of just selfishness and just thinking for ourselves. And Heavenly Parents, I pray we can be connected in our true parents and the heart of our mother. Thank you so much. We can connect with the heart of our mother this morning to hear how she, Father, is always thinking of everyone as her children, as wanting to embrace people as part of this family. Thank you so much, Heavenly Parents, that we have this time we can gather every single morning to be with one another and to share this amazing spark that came from the heart of our two parents. Thank you so much. And I want to offer you today and this day and all the things in it, in the names of all the families here, and in the name of Sam Harley and Juana Marta Guevara, blessed Central family. Jew.
Jew. Thank you, Sam. All right, beautiful. Let's go out and make Friday a brilliant day for God. Amen.
Amen.
All righty, everybody.
Amen.
God
All
bless
right.
you,
See you
everyone.
tomorrow.
God bless you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Pastor.
Thank you.
See you tomorrow.
Caroline.
So
Thank
precious.
you, June. Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you, Bill.
Thank you, Jenny.
Hey,
Thank you, brothers and sisters.
thank you, Jose. And thank you,
Thank you, everyone.
Elaine.
Thank you, everyone.